isang gusto rin po nating bigyan at tukuyin ngayong araw na ito ay yung ginawang pagbulgar ng ating Pangulo tungkol sa mga nais niyang maimbestigahan, and to say the least, yung top 15 contractors with the most flood control projects. Siguro vindication at clarification ito ng mga pangyayari na naganap the past few weeks, I would say, especially in the light of the election of Senate presidency, dahil kami ni SP Chis na drag doon sa kung ano-anong chismis at fake news about flood control. I am hoping and praying doon sa mga bumatikos na hindi ko naman kailangan ang apology, pero sana i-follow up natin at siguruhin natin na itong mga contractors na mismong Pangulo ang nagbanggit niyon managot sa batas at mapatunayan kung talagang may ginawa ba sila o hindi. 3 taon ko na po ito binibring up, if you would recall, in the hearing of Senator Bong Revilla 2023, 2024, at hanggang ngayon po binibring up natin. Tapos nababaligtad pa po tayo na ito daw ay napunta sa Bulacan, at pag napunta na sa Bulacan, may kalokohan na, at pag may kalokohan na, si Joel Villanueva, parang napakalayo po, no? Pero ngayon po, mas maganda na ang Pangulo na mismo na merong malawak at maraming intelligence reports, information ang nagbanggit nito. At I cannot speak for the other house, but as far as I'm concerned, dito sa Senado, wala akong kilalang senador na link dito sa any of the 15 contractors na binabanggit. So, just do the math. 1 plus 1 lang po ito. Salamat.
Sa top 15 na binanggit. Sir, sa information nyo po, dun po sa 50 na binanggit ng presidente po kanina, may mga house members po na link doon sa mga kumpanya na yan, sa information po na dumadating sila.
Maliit lang ang mundo ng construction, and I think it's very easy to check. And para hindi din po kayo mahirapan, I have asked the SEC and the concerned government authorities na bigyan po kayo ng kopya. I hope I'll get it before the end of the day, noong pong GIS, yung General Information Sheet, pati po yung Articles of Incorporation. Makikita din po natin dyan, yung mga individuals concerned, madali na i-link kung sino-sino yung mga kasama po dyan. And maganda po, marinig din po natin sila at malaman kung ano ba talaga yung nangyari, dahil ilang taon na po natin ito na tinututukan, itong 1 billion a day, 1.4 billion a day budget ng DPWH alone, sa flood control alone.
Sir, dapat ba Congress yung mag-investigate or dapat daw mag-create ng independent body to conduct inquiry? Kasi kung involved daw may lawmakers and then taga-DPWH.
Well, para sa akin, ang Pangulo na nagsabi na mismo, sorry, wala daw yung audio. Sound check. Sound check. Okay na po. Well, para po sa akin, mismo ang Pangulo sa kanyang State of the Nation address ay binanggit ito, at we expect a lot more from the executive to look into this. At tayo naman dito sa Senado, that's our call as well. Yung ilang mga senators na nakausap natin sa lounge, sa sidelines, they are more than willing to push for the investigation. Yung mga kasama natin dito talagang mainit din sila na gusto nilang malaman talaga kung saan napunta itong flood control at sino yung mga involved dito.
Sir, since tong review na to, sinabi specific dun sa administration ni sa President Bongbong, and simula nung 2020, isa pa lang naman yung nasa DPWH na nakaupo. Do you think this should also at least prompt Secretary Bonoan to step aside habang ginagawa yung investigation, ginagawa yung audit sa mga projects?
Una, it's not for me to call whether he step aside or mag-resign, etc. because it's the call of the President. If the President feels na ang sa akin lang talagang importante na maging impartial yung investigation at maging mataas yung kredibilidad ng pag-imbestiga dito na talagang wala pong sasantuhin at talagang isa lang yung talagang bottom line, panagutin yung dapat managot. But at the same time, sana after mapanagot, yung mas matagal at mas lasting na call natin yung integrated flood control program dahil remember Marlon, 3 years ago we have been saying na hindi ito integrated, hindi ito there's no concrete plan. Nabanggit ko nga yung word na patsi-patsi. Itong mga nakaraang bagyo, nakita natin yon, talagang totoo na hindi siya integrated at these projects are somehow patsi-patsi.
Sir, confident kayo pagdating sa Senate walang involved sa anumang
Again,
irregularities?
I can only speak for this House, not the other House, and as far as I'm concerned, as the majority leader of the Senate, I don't see any senators involved in any of these 15 construction firms.
Sa House ang...
Madali. Bibigyan ko na lang kayo ng mga papeles para mas magandang yun ang magsalita kesa po ako.
Sir, speaking of flood, itong problema sa baha, si Mr. Ramon Ang ng San Miguel Corporation, ang sabi niya, isusolve niya yung problema sa baha sa Metro Manila at zero cost to the government.
Definitely a welcome development. And can you just imagine if there are 10 more RSAs in the country who would do that? Ang laking bagay po nun, no? Ang laking bagay po nun. But let me also point out na any efforts na gagawin dapat ng private sector connected doon sa main plan ng ating pamahalaan. May mga siguro ibang styles na gustong gawin. Siguro yun ang mas importante, no, mako-coordinate. And knowing RSA, boss RSA, talagang ano yan eh, laging may basis yung kanyang binabanggit na solution. Because the last time we talked to each other, I remember him talking about experts on flood control program, experts in dredging, experts in cleaning yung mga waterways. So yun, importante po yun. No? Yun lang yung caution ko sa ating pamahalaan. Kasi baka mamaya may isang private entity na gustong gawin yung gusto niya pero hindi siya part nung master plan natin. So yun lang yung para sa akin. But again, we salute the statements made by San Miguel through Mr. Ramon Ang, and hoping na mas marami pang kagaya niya yung volunteer to help out. And I'm sure malaking tulong yun. And if it happens, you could just imagine during budget deliberation, we can already slash portions of the budget of some of these departments, and we can place it to other items na mas mapapakinabangan.
So mga katipid ng government.
Malaking matipid ang gobyerno.
So sir, hindi ba ito sampal sa concerned government agency na ang tagal nila hindi na-resolve yung problema sa baha, tapos ito private sector na lang yung act?
Lagi ko naman sinasabi, the past 3 years na palpak talaga yung flood control program natin, the past 3 years, di ba? I think all of you were here when I said it 3 years ago, and I hope and pray na this time around meron na talagang mangyayari. And I salute the President for talagang opening this up and seriously looking forward to addressing the problem head on.
Thank you.
Okay na?
Sir, yung sa committee chairmanship, si Senator Padilla po ba? Is he going to be head of ethics or what is the latest there?
Ang latest, we've been talking about it, especially in the light of the statements made by the minority leader, if I'm not mistaken, that he is entertaining the idea of supporting charter change. So, in fairness to Senator Robin, he is open to that idea. Even Senator Kiko. So we're talking, and nothing is final until we decide on it as an institution. Ang natutuwa lang po ako is that they're all open to these ideas, and kung yung kumakalat na news whether or not I will head the ethics committee, hindi naman din po yun final, and yung iba nga pong nabasa sa floor. Remember yung kay Senator Alan Science and Technology na nakuha ulit, na ibalik, nakuha ulit from him at napunta kay Senator Bam. So ganun din po ito, no? That's part of reorganization here in the Senate.
Sir, so if ever Senator Padilla will return ethics and make way for return the Consti amendments and make way for Senator Kiko?
That is possible. Everything is possible, and alam ng bawat miyembro yung kanilang strengths and weaknesses, and I'm very humbled to hear it from my colleagues, and I'm happy to report na we will do everything we can to ensure na yung best person to head these committees would lead these committees na doon sa na tatama doon sa expectation ng buong Senado.
Sir, is this movement, if ever matuloy ito, is it meant to signal na open na ang Senate to charter change? Has there been any reversal from the past position of the Senate in the 19th Congress?
Well, I think yung word na open has been there for quite a long time, and the important thing is we discuss it, and that the majority would have a free hand on expressing themselves and their positions. As far as I am concerned, I am only one voice in the Senate, one of the 24, and para sa atin, yung usapin ng charter change, laging tamang oras, tamang panahon, at tamang paraan. At yun lang yung dapat kung pag-isipan lagi, yung tatlo na yun, whether or not we'll entertain that idea. Ang hirap lang, RG, because at this point in time, 2028 is around the corner. So anything you do right now with the charter change, hindi mo na maaalis yung pag-iisip ng taong bayan na ito'y konektado sa 2028 elections.
So, sir, this afternoon sa session, mami-mention na yung ilang changes sa committee chairmanship?
Hindi ko kayang paunahan ng plenaryo, so we'll keep on talking about it, and if we get the consensus of the majority, because it's the majority talking about it, we will read it on the floor.
Sino yung initial na nag-usap tungkol dun, sir?
Mga members of the majority.
So ethics wala na talaga sa'yo?
Pinag-uusapan po. For me naman, ever since I made mention na secondary yung magkaroon ako ng committee. Because yung rules committee is way bigger than everyone would think about.
Bakit si Robin siya kinonsider sa'yo?
Well, maraming kinukonsider, at isa lang po si Senator Padilla. And it was mentioned a while ago that yung Committee on Constitutional Amendments, we are all aware na sa kanya ito noon pa, and incumbent siya, and with the majority siya. So that's one of the reasons why siguro nabanggit.
Sen, kanina nabanggit nyo na since si minority leader ay iniisip niya na suportahan yung Chacha, then that's one of the reasons na kinonsider nyo bakit nag-uusap ngayon na posibleng pumalit si Sen Kiko kay Senator Robin. What do you mean by that?
Sorry.
Sabi nyo kanina, sir, kasi since binanggit na ni Tito Sen na baka suportahan niya na yung Chacha after yung may mangyari dun sa ruling sa impeachment, and now kaya kino-consider niyo na baka magkaroon ng
una even before that, it's part of consideration. Siguro nadagdag lang 'yon, no? And yung binanggit ko nga kanina sa mga pag-uusap, si Senator Robin, Senator Kiko, Senator Alan, the members of the Senate, they're all more than willing to pitch in and admit to the fact of their weaknesses and strengths. So with that in mind, mas napag-uusapan sa mas matalinong paraan kung papaano namin pupwedeng i-address yung mga issues, yung mga bagay na maaaring mangyari in the light of 2028 elections and in the light of assigning these committees. Ngayong hapon din na ito, mababasa na natin yung 11 more committees, makukumpleto na rin natin yung mga miyembro para makapag function na yung ating mga committee.
So, sir, nakita niyo
Sorry, may 2 o'clock ako.
So, sir, nakita niyo yung necessity na dapat abogado yung chairman ng Committee on Constitutional Amendments?
It's not just that, but it was part of the discussion, and again, I salute Senator Padilla for even bringing it up. Actually, it was actually him who brought it up, no? So, it was a good conversation, and marami po, and just part of the many committees that we are talking about.
Senator, siya yung nagbanggit, si Senator Robin brought it up, in what way, sir, na willing siya to let go?
Sa mga pag-uusap po, yung binanggit po ng kasamahan natin na yung intricacies, especially yung having a lawyer, etc., that was part of the talks. And I salute Senator Padilla to even mentioning that particular issue.
And then, sir, di ba meron kayong caucus day after the SONA, pinag-usapan yung mga priority bills. Nabanggit ba dun yung Chacha na possible na i-line up ninyo?
We have our own. I asked for top 3 priority measures ng bawat senador. And napag-usapan dun sa caucus na kung walang controversy and nasa floor na for third reading na or napasa na on third reading, may request, may pakiusap na ma-expedite sana sa committee so we can bring it up on the floor.
Kasama yung Chacha,
may
sir?
mga ganun po, no? Dun muna ako, no? Dun sa sinabi kong top 3, no? So, nag-submit yung mga senators. May isa, I think there's one senator who submitted dun sa top 3 niya na charter change. Okay, so that's all I can divulge right now. And again, it doesn't necessarily mean na kung kasama dun sa top 3 mo, yung chairperson ng isang committee, siya na'y mape-pressure na ito ang unahin or hindi makakapag-report ng ibang panukalang batas na tinapos ng committee sa plenaryo dahil may so-called priority. Hindi po ganon. No? So, it's still, we give the chairperson his or her priority measures na i-report out at i-deliberate sa kanyang committee. Salamat pong marami.
Tama na ang panlililang. Tama na ang panggigipit. Panahon na para manindigan. Panahon na para lumaban. Kasama sina Dr. Lorraine Badoy, Jeffrey K. Eric Celis at Attorney Marlon Busantog. Walang inukurungan, ilalantad ang katotohanan. Kasama mo ang bigwas ng agila, lakas ng bayan, tinig ng katotohanan.